Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic. This time take a look at the 1997 Nissan Stagea 260RS AutechVersion. This car was requested by Geracer, and while it is a common misconception that the Nissan Stagea is a Skyline wagon, statistically it is pretty darn close to one. Before we get into that though, I just have to say I actually really like the Nissan Stagea. It's not my favourite station wagon in the world, and of course, as you know, I'm a huge fan of the station wagon, but nevertheless I think the Stagea is an absolutely awesome car, especially when it comes to its statistics. 4-wheel drive, 627 horsepower, boatload of torque, 1,468 kilos. Those statistics are not quite that far off of a Nissan Skyline, which, yeah, is pretty interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how the Stagea gets along when it gets 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track, where it has the chance to set 6 laps to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak Edition at a set time at 27.710. Stagea unlikely to beat that. As far as where I think the Stagea is going to go personally, I don't think it's going to be quite as quick as the Skylines. If I had to guess, it would be somewhere around the Mitsubishi Legnum and Mitsubishi Galant, which hang around the 30.5 section. I think that's a good time out for the Stagea if it can get there. The biggest concern with this car is basically the size of it, because it is a huge car, and as we've seen time and time before on this series, one major factor, if not perhaps one of the, well, the second most major factor to a car doing well around this track is weight, usually. You know, the lighter the car is, the worse it can do. Of course, power is a big thing as well. This car has lots of power, but you do really need a good balance between weight and power when it comes to this track. Of course, drivetrain being the number one thing around this track. All-wheel drive cars are pretty much going to dominate. Front-wheel drive cars usually do pretty darn well too. Then rear-wheel drive and mid-engine rear drive usually is a little bit mixed in terms of what results that can offer. Anyways, a 30.893 on our first flying lap isn't bad. What is bad is crashing into that wall off that one jump, so that's pretty much wrote this lap off, but never mind. We will keep trying with the Stagea. Doesn't help that I haven't played Gran Turismo 2 for probably about a month at this point. Ooh. I'm going to lose control of it there. Okay, excellent. So the Stagea is a slight disadvantage, but you know, it's not like my driving's good usually, so I don't think it'll make all that much of a difference to the Stagea. Ooh. Try not to get it to slide through there. A couple of wheels on the grass through there, which is not good. It is good to get wheels on the grass through here though, because you can basically cut that entire section. Ooh, this is going to be a quick lap. This is looking like it's going to be the quick lap for this car. That being said, if I can't get it around that last corner, it won't be. Whoa, we're going to get some slides, 30.547. That's about where I predicted it'd fall, to be honest with you. Alright, there's this lap, and then there's one more lap, and then we are done with the Stagea. Yeah, a couple of mistakes on that fast lap. I do think I can rectify some of those if I get everything right on this last lap. This thing's probably going to go into like 30.3 maybe. But of course that relies on me getting everything spot on, which is quite the ask when it comes to me and my clumsy driving. Yeah, actually, I will say, it feels slightly more chuckable than a Skyline does. You know, I'm sort of throwing it into the corners and it will do it. The problem is, same with the Skylines, it feels like the rear drive on these cars, it's sort of more biased to rear, whereas the quicker cars around here, like your Subarus and your Evos, seem to be either mid-bias or front bias, so yeah, that was a terrible lap. But a 30.547 will do the Stagea. I do think, honestly, if I got everything spot on, it probably would have only got like a 30.3, but you know, I don't think it would have gone super quick, personally, but that's me. Anyways, a 30.547 will put it into 57th place. It wedges itself in between the Ford Focus Gear and the Dodge Concept Car LM Edition. It is quicker than a 4-door R33 GTR, which is interesting. the Denso Sard Supra, Alfa Romeo GTV, Vector M12, one of the Subarus. It is slower than another one of the Subarus, the Mitsubishi Galant. Not actually sure how many Legnums we've had around here. It may or may not be quicker than a Legnum, I can't remember. Maybe you can see it in plain sight, but I'm terrible when it comes to these things. And as far as the lap breakdown goes, yeah, the fourth lap was the quickest one. Probably could have gone down to 30.3, but yeah, I don't have too much confidence in the Stagea. It was good, but it was a little bit too oversteery for my liking. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching this edition of the Hot Lap Classic, and until next time, farewell.